So until you're able to get to that point on CTY, it feels like even with the save of the Shadow Demon, it's not really going to be substantial enough. You already mentioned it. Okay, you're going to disrupt him. Sure, sets up a Hoofstomp, sets up a Torrent, sets up a Hookshot. They're always going to have tools on the side of IG to stay on CTY here, and it's going to be hard-pressed. Like, these two big boys in terms of Beyond and 70 are going to have their work cut out for them in defending him.
I mean, Monet's gonna not have the easiest game, though, on this Morphling, right? Dealing with the Lone Druid, dealing with Primal Beast as well. These are two heroes that are quite good at dealing with the Morphling. So, Monet does have his work cut out for him, but if game number 1 is anything to go off of,
okay,
Monet's gonna have a great time.
Look, this game number 1 was not a game to go off of, because Monet didn't do anything in the first 20 minutes.
I don't think he needed to.
He didn't need to. That's why, right? So we can't really use it as a bar. I think his laning prowess as well as his ability to milk the map of resources are really going to be tested this game, because we know he's going to be pushed out of lane pretty early by this Lone Druid.
So Sneeze, I want to talk about this pause. I don't want to call it a tactical pause, but Beyond Smoke broke and the game was immediately paused. They see Monet on the low ground with 200 HP off this ward.
And the pings are coming out en masse though. Like nothing to say is like, get out of there, and then they're just picking around. It seems like they know something might be up, but surely the team's just dealing with some issues, making sure they're all geared up. This is for their lives in the upper bracket after all. Now, just to remind everyone, upper bracket meaning that even if IG lose or Team Zero lose, they still have a second chance in the lower bracket there. I think their opponents have already been decided too. They should be against...
Yes, they have. Team Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I 100% stole your thunder, but I was literally...
No, that's fine. Wait, what do you
it.
mean thunder? You said Team Bright. Like, there was nothing like that was insane about that. You just said the team name.
That's true.
Yeah.
You sounded very excited to talk about it, and I 100% stole it from you.
No, it's fine. I was they might be stealing X Nova's life away from him there. That's a setup. They're just like you, Crash, thieves. And they try to finish them off. JT Hoofstomp onto 4. It's not gonna be enough to finish off X Nova thanks to the space created by JT. Helping his little Malaysian brother out there. Love to see it. What's the GLHF from? Oh, there it is. There we go. There's the classic X Nova GLHF. Yeah, love it. Love that guy. It's just a beacon of positivity.
70 beat him to it, though, in all caps, too. So he said it louder and stronger.
Yeah, it's a Primal Beast. He doesn't know how to turn caps off. I feel like if Primal Beast got his hands on a phone or any sort of online communication, that's exactly how he would, like, just all caps everything.
Yep.
Nothing to say. Standing his ground on this rune. Will be able to claim it. But can they walk away with their lives here? Once again, onto Bobakar, the support, in trouble as 7E. As the onslaught still available, will wind it up, displacing the poor Grimstroke. And that's going to be first blood over to CTY, arguably the worst hero you could give it over to.
Maybe 7E.
Maybe 7E.
And maybe giving it to the mid laner, but I mean, CTY can do a lot with net worth.
Absolutely.
You know, we saw it last game on the Nature's Prophet, how much damage this player can do with a little bit of net worth advantage. And even game number 1, he had more farm than the Luna, so...
This is pretty interesting. I mean, 7E was forced into that onslaught, which means he has to get creative to try and secure the range creep against nothing to say. But he's taking so much damage here. A little bit tricky.
That starting engagement actually, in a way, favors IG, because the Team Zero kind of go to lane with the no mana on Primal, and like you said, with that onslaught level 1, it just doesn't feel too good. Now level 2, but still no mana to cast abilities. Has to wait till he gets that bottle until he fills up again.
Yeah, immediately sends that one out as soon as he gets the money for it. But yeah, well, this lane should still be fine. He'll get back up to speed here. Bot side, we already mentioned this, but this bear is gonna be a big problem. The Clockwork doesn't necessarily put on a lot of damage, and Beyond's gonna be able to keep this alive for quite a hot minute. Keep using it to contest for last hits. Morphling already has trouble securing some of these range creeps without the help of Adaptive Strike, and that's going to be put to the test by this duo deny capability from both the bear and the druid.
Yeah, Ice Ice doesn't even need to be there, right? It's usually, you know, when you're in your pubs and even in pro games, you see like, oh, ping, 1, 2, 3, ping, and then you attack, right? But you can do that with your bear very easy. You don't need to rely on someone else. Who cares that it's a team game?
Yeah. Top side, they can make kills happen with this Boboka JT duo. And they start running onto CTY, not able to create the distance. Big stick though. Gets him out of double edge and last hit range. Another stroke, another double edge finds him in the corner. He knows there's nowhere to run. And ZZQ can't keep his carry alive. A bit too much magic damage at this early stage. And they're not done. Looking for more. A second double edge. JT lines him up and knocks him down. The Centaur last pick coming in clutch here.
The most dangerous thing about this lane is their cooldowns. Right, Centaur with the double edge, it's got a 3.5 second cooldown. If there's anything that they're gonna change about this hero, I feel like it's gonna be the double edge. Like, that is way too low of a cooldown. Maybe an increment, like maybe at level 4, it's 3.5 seconds, but it being level 1, it's just such a strong ability. Paired up with the Grimstroke, who can do quite a bit of damage as well.
I guess the idea here is that it does self-damage, right? So you're spamming that out at your own cost. But especially in lane situations like this, like you mentioned, JT's gonna be happy to throw that out every single day of the week. He gets a stomp out. Inkswell, it lasts for so long now. And with the double edge, finish him off again. Falling by his axe. Not much you can do. CTY and, you know, ZZQ here, if they continue to just keep giving kills over to this Centaur, this timing you're looking to hit is gonna be completely nullified because you're never gonna get there.
Yeah. Yeah, and if Luna doesn't have a good game, well, I mean, we saw what happened to Lunas when they don't have good games.
Coming through onto CTY here. Again, I mean, he has a big wand now, but they gotta be so scared here on this Luna. Charge goes wide in the mid lane, 7E. Wasn't really aiming for the Kanka, was just aiming for the Water Rune. Ice Ice actually gonna be able to deny the Water Rune from... Yeah, X-Nova tries to play interference, but nothing to say. Unfortunately, gonna miss out on that. Stays with an empty bottle.
So deep on the CTY.
Yeah.
He should fall here.
He can't do anything, though. That's the thing. He can't even show his face in the lane. It's an easy Inkswell, and the only thing limiting them is the mana.
It looks like that's a Vanguard complete for Centaur. I think? Question mark? No?
No? We're lying?
No, we're lying. He's actually going for the phase boots instead.
Yeah, I mean, 4-minute Vanguard would be insane. But I think he realizes this lane, it's all about chaining those kills over and over onto CTY. So the phase boots just gonna allow him to keep right on her.
It's gonna give you extra protection as well. Like, you're not necessarily gonna be leveling Retaliate. He is holding the point right now, so we'll see what he levels. Yeah, second point in double edge. You're not necessarily going to want to level Retaliate into Luna, Tree, and Protector, because they do quite a bit of right-click damage, and, you know, you don't necessarily want to be tanking those.
The CTY, going to be a bit of a road to recovery for him. Not doing too hot in terms of the CS, but like we mentioned, this is a hero and player that both can generate net worth out of what feels like thin air. The farming capability on this man can't be understated, and he'll have to put that to full effect here if he wants to stay afloat and still hit that mid-game timing. X-Nova just TPing out. A couple too many poison sacks for him to feel comfortable up here against Ice Ice. Like we mentioned, no surprises that Beyond is doing so well for himself, but big winner of this laning stage is actually Nothing to Say, who has chained up a boat onto 7E. They're looking for the setup. Torrent as well as Inkswell should be enough magic damage, and they take down the Primal Beast in the mid lane.
Now, I know this isn't new to the pro scene of Dota 2. But I'm going to call out Boboka's skill build because it's beautiful. And the amount of times my puppies don't do this, I want everyone to take note and watch these.
Okay.
Everyone needs to see that this is how you build Grimstroke. Phantom's Embrace is too good to pass up. Level 2 into Stroke of Fate does nothing. So all you Grimstrokes, you listen up. X-Nova, he's listening too. He's coming up to this top lane. They want another kill onto CTY. Ice Ice is here as well, though.
Both supports on both sides, ready to try and play interference, but ZZQ, nice disruption, but Nothing to Say is here as well. That is gonna turn the tides of the fight quite literally, as Ice Ice nowhere to run. Another double edge, and X Nova will pick that one up. CTY surely now's the time to retreat. You don't want to end up in a Vinci situation here. CTY.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I get shivers thinking about it, Sneeze.
Yeah, that's what it's become. Sorry, Vinci, but it has to be said.
Radiant are scanning.
Now, nothing to say.
Sometimes bad games happen. You just gotta roll with the punches, you know.
Absolutely. But nothing to say once again in a commanding position. We've seen this happen in game number 1. A bit of deja vu now. He's just roaming the map, making things happen for his team. And this is where it feels like nothing to say is the most powerful. This was when he was the strongest on LGD as well. When he was able to get on these action heroes, on these spirits, start running around, making map rotations, out-muscling his opponent in the mid lane. That's really what I remember him for the most.
They're on the Druid bottom.
Popping that true form. It's not enough damage before X Nova goes down, and it might not be enough in the face of that disruption. He's healing up thanks to ZZQ and the bear, and he'll be able to walk this one off. 6 branches, the most value inventory you could get in the game. The chase isn't over just yet. They want Bobaka. Jukin out trying to take advantage of that night vision here. Ice Ice misses so many shadow poisons, but still manages to keep the sacks going. Still tick here. Bobaka's wasting a lot of time. Oh my, no way. Okay. Fast reactions from Ice Ice here. This is a lot of wasted time. Bobaka's just running. Can they catch him? There's a Nature's Grasp. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, Bobaka's out.
I can't believe he's walking out of this.
Bobaka's out. Bobaka had a stampede. Yeah, just to save Bobaka.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, they're going on to Ice Ice here, right into the trap. You chased a bit too far. You finally get the Grim Stroke, but at what cost? Now ZZQ in some trouble as well. The boat not even needed. More than enough damage thanks to that Tidebringer. And the supports on the side of Team Zero fell right into IG's trap there.
I don't know what that was, Sneeze. They chased for way too long. There's like nothing to say was under his tower. Under the Dire Tower. There was no reason to chase that long. You knew where the Kunkka was standing. It just felt like a little bit of like maybe Team Zero were in their own heads a little bit. Maybe they're like, oh, we just gotta chase them. You know, we gotta do something here, but it just falls flat. And top lane, Vanguard complete from JT. Posturing aggressively in the trees. Boka here as well. They can just take this tower for pretty much free.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Mid lane onto nothing to say though. Dropping
Trying to get the kill on the Kunkka, and they managed to do so. Just 7E and Ice Ice tag teaming up with no help around. Fully focused on this top side, and they take it in spite of the Treant Living Armor. JT, he is monstrous this game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, both JT and Nothing to Say have come out of these laning stages swinging. Already 1,000 gold to the Blink Dagger on JT. Nothing to Say working on that Blade Mill. Quite close. Not the closest to it, but like 1,000 gold away.
Radiant's middle tower
Not so surprisingly though, Monet isn't doing too hot. Sure, you're up against the bear, but it's really just the bear, right? It isn't really anyone threatening your life. You haven't been killed just yet. You have freedom in this bot side, but looks like he's feeling a bit pressured to just get that Linkins as the first item, probably against the Shadow Demon or the Primal Beast Pulverize. Doesn't want to get caught off guard. ZZQ goes down again. An easy pickup for the side of IG as they keep things rolling here on the back of this Centaur.
And they very well, you know, that's in every single right for them. They have to get rid of this, or they have to stop coming into this top lane. This is JT's lane. He's not playing a bristleback, so he's not one of these static farmers that just kind of sit in the lane and do nothing until he gets his eggs. This Centaur hurts. The 3-2-2 build. Sorry, I distracted myself. The 3-2-2 build is the strongest build for Centaur right now, and we're seeing its strength right now. He's coming into the bottom lane. They want to kill off this Druid Bear or the Druid, one or the other.
The ultimate onto Nothing to Say though, but there's the Stampede straight into Ice Ice, broken up by 7E for now, but he's all alone amidst 4 heroes. He's trying to trample on them, but he's the one who gets crushed by the Centaur War Runner. A bad engagement for Team Zero. They weren't prepared for the full swing forward, and now X marks onto the real Druid. Uh-oh, ZZQ, no overgrowth to help his ally out. Silent start with nowhere to run. JT will just muscle him down again. It'll be a kill going the way of Monet. That much closer to the Lincolns now, and I mean, this IG squad are rolling. 4K gold lead already, and they take the offlane tier 1 with ease.
And now that hook shot, oh, and they're gonna get this stack as well. How many times this series are we gonna see the ancient stacks be stolen by the enemy team?
Yikes, yikes. I mean, once again, we talked about IG doing their research, with Team Zero being the second highest stacking team in the entire qualifiers just after Ignite.
Radiant's top tower
They're
is
taking
under
full
attack.
advantage of that routinely, making sure that they invade the triangle after a successful engagement. It's just very heads-up play IG, and it continues to extend their net worth advantage. Now, one thing worth noting is that CTY is able to still keep up, right? Has the Mask of Madness Yasha, and still keeping up very closely. They're trying to make the go onto Monet, but there's a smoke. IG, they're ready to fight. They were waiting for this. That's the blink reveal from JT, straight onto Ice Ice. They need to stand a chance. Level 6 from X Nova as well. They're just gonna pick off these two supports easily. And Monet grabs another.
Radiant's bottom
If you come for the Morphling, you better bring the full squad, because, I mean, IG are ready to defend him with their full squad.
Dire's middle tower is under
Look at all
attack.
these kills for IG. I mean, 14-4. Baboka's level 8 because he's been around so many of these kills from Centaur. And the supports from Team Zero, level 5 and level 5, close to the level 6, but maybe that engagement goes the other way if those heroes are level 6 and they want to bring someone else. But without those level 6 on their two heroes, it's Danger City.
Oh, Stampede. They spot out CTY, Stomp, and the setup, it is perfect. And nothing else to be found. Boboka joined at the hip quite literally with JT this entire game, but it's worked out in their favor. They kill off the high net worth Luna, and that puts their 3 cores right at the top.
Nice disruption.
And set on to nothing to say here. Could have overextended himself a little bit. No run buff and a nice overgrowth, but not enough. They're gonna go through 7E, turn around for the chop down, and the supports, they can't finish off nothing to say. He's just dancing around right now. X Nova might be the target instead. He'll go down. But here comes Monet Morphling, ready to fight. The stomp on to the Druid. He gets the true form off, but it's not going to be enough. Popped up by the Inkswell, saved momentarily, but he's going to come back into a world of hurt. Just gets cleaned up by JT. And the supports, they just don't have enough tools to make it happen for the squad. Ice Ice as well as ZZQ. Again, we talked about how integral of a part they are for this lineup. But when you put them on 2 defensive, pause 4.5 heroes, what can they do?
Yeah, you know, we like to talk about how Ice Ice was so strong on the Weaver, and even, you know, quite impressive on the Primal Beast as well. Shadow Demon's not doing it. It just doesn't feel like it fits into his playstyle.
Yeah. I mean, hell, even the Bat Rider was a lot more apt, it felt like. He was able to just tear them a new one with some of these crazy flame breaks. But with the Shadow Demon, it just kind of feels like even he's a bit frustrated at the lack of tools he has, right? He throws out the disruption, and the rest of it, all he can do is watch with the Shadow Poisons.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at the damage at the end of this game, and it's gonna be very sad for Team Zero, right? Both between the Shadow Demon and the Treant Protector. Beyond in a dangerous position. Look at this wraparound from IG. There's no way that Beyond expects this.
JT, this is a hoof stomp into an easy kill. You can't even get the raw off. It's on the bear. Wrong target.
Bottom tower is under attack.
They'll grab Beyond though. This lone Druid hasn't exactly been the answer they were hoping for it to be.
Bear's down for 70 seconds, so even when Druid's up, he's gonna be very sad.
Here comes nothing to say. Held at bay by the disruption, so not able to pursue any further, but
Dire's middle tower
Monet's just free to work on this tower in the bot side. Completely unbothered. Then this is where Monet is best. Lincoln Sphere already, which means that even a long-range disruption not going to catch him. A Lucent Beam, no less. And he's feeling so comfortable to just, even at half HP, just push this tower all by himself. He'll get it too.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Such a smart pickup with the Lincoln Sphere. I want to talk about it for a little bit because it's one of those items that you're like, oh, they've got Lucent Beam, they've got Disruption, they have Leech Seed, they have a lot of ways of dealing with them, but right now, those heroes want to be nowhere near the Morphling. The reason that this Lincoln Sphere has been purchased is for that Pulverize, and for that Pulverize specifically. It's going to stop any sort of aggression that Primal Beast wants to make a play onto this Morphling, and now look who's going on who.
Oh,
Top
Monet.
lane.
The hunter becomes the hunted. I got my Linkens now. What you gonna do to me, buddy? All I can do is blade mail to slide through him. He'll trample you down with your own spell. 70, that has got the sting. As JT will be the one to claim that kill. They've left Bobakar, nothing to say behind though, but is this enough? They lose Ice, and now they're on to nothing to say. He has a regen and a tidal wave pushing them all out of the way. Sayonara. And he has a regen rune in the back pocket too. Nothing to fear for this Kanka with the rum buff. They are just getting out manhandled on every side of the map. The pings come through. They know ZZQ is just dewatering in this area, but they don't want to let him go lightly. Rocket's gonna scout him and bam, dead again. JT right on the money. He has been spectacular with this Centaur.
This is the build that every Centaur wants to go when you play Centaur. That's just right. Vanguard, Blink, Heart.
Yeah.
And then into Shard, ideally.
Yes.
This is everything you want from a Centaur. You don't want to build Stinky Pipe, Stinky Lotus Orb.
Oh,
no,
boo.
no. Right into Heart, right? Multiple Hearts, even. You know, JT is feeling himself in this game. You can tell from the build.
Yeah, always hate to see it when 7E winding up an onslaught just to cancel it and go to the opposing end of the map. This Primal Beast is supposed to be a hero that's all up in your face, but every single time he's done so, it's resulted poorly for him. Take a look at his net worth. He is not doing well. It might have just started as early as the laning stage. Oh, Beyond. He's gonna get saved momentarily by Ice. They turn around with the Shadow Demon out, but the full cavalry, the water park, it's not even needed. They just have a wave, and you're getting swept away by it. Monet and nothing to say. Surge forward and leave no survivors there. They just have so many tools to catch you off. In comparison to Team Zero, I think once again we're seeing a situation where you have defensive tools, but not enough to match the overwhelming aggression that IG can bring.
Yeah, and it comes down to draft sneeze. I think this is a big misstep from Zero, right? Drafting Shadow Demon, Tree and Protector. I don't want to talk about it too long again for like the third time, but I do want to come back around to it a little bit just because it is so, like, it's really showing, right? So what you had a demonic purge on someone, right? The Shadow Demon is just feeling really flat because the Luna's feeling really flat. CTY does have a BKB, but he forego the Manta style for it. That means CTY is looking to fight. There must be some team comms going on right now where Team Zero are like, okay, we need to fight. We need to do something right now, and Luna, you need to start joining us.
Yeah, the tricky thing is, though, brilliantly placed deep wards, spotting out any sort of maneuver. They've cleared out the common areas with some sentries, but IG should have an idea that this is coming. I mean, hell, the Luna's showing alone in the mid lane, surely. There's no way she's alone. They will sniff that one out. Just back out, split out, and keep farming on the map here. No rush for them. They understand how far ahead they are. 23-5 right now. It's not an elimination game, so, you know, Team Zero, they'll have time to regroup if they do end up losing here and dropping to the lower bracket. But like we said, it's an uncomfortable reality to face against teams of such a caliber. They'd love to get Monet here, but once again, that's where the Manta and the Linkens comes into play. He's already used it. They could find this Morphling, but he started the Strength Morph. Can they get him in time? The Storm from JT breaks it all up, and Monet able to waveform. Say goodbye to your chances. Say goodbye to your life in the upper bracket. It feels like a tidal wave surging through all of them. They're all dropping so low. The Bear turning around doing the damage, and CTY should be able to finish up. Nothing to say. The last touch, no! They can't even find the Kanka. They finally finish him off with ZZQ's branches, but he has nowhere to run. Blocked up by X-Nova. The supports die as well, and it's gonna be a team wipe. JT is godlike. What an insane performance on this Centaur here. And IG, they look like they're gonna swoop their way to a Game 3 victory in short order.
No Aegis, no problem. Right up onto the high ground. JT and Monet charging ahead. No better time than after a team wipe. A 3k gold exchange. They might have gotten nothing to say, but other than that, there was nothing left for them to get. JT, what a beautiful hoof stomp, man.
Yeah. The engage and the coordination coming out from these IG guys. We talked a bit about the shaky start for them here, but it's all coming together now. It's showing in the team fights, heading towards the Tormentor, denying even more. This advantage just continues to grow, and it might not be the end of the game yet, but for a Luna lineup, yeah, you have the BKB, you have the shard, but CTY still felt like she just melted.
Yeah, and this Shadow Demon Luna combo just doesn't exist,
Yeah.
right? This combo that we were talking a little bit about, and you know, it's good on paper, but when your Luna is still brittle like paper, and the aggression coming out and the damage coming out from IG, you know, so what that you disruption the Luna? You know, ooh, there's 2 Luna.
Oh,
Yay.
they're just
But
gonna
we kill
die.
instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly, because she's got 1700 HP and you're not pushing high ground, so it doesn't matter that you're disrupting the Luna. If anything, you're sentencing her to her death. And CTY, we saw even with that BKB, the beautiful thing about Clockwork, X Nova just comes in, hook shots the Luna, and that fight at that point was just over. If it wasn't over after JT's hoof stomp,
Yeah.
X Nova puts the nail in the coffin with that hook shot.
The fact that Monet was able to get out of there and start the strength morph already thanks to the shot really just goes such a long way. I mean, there's all you have on the side of Team Zero are stuns. And that's where the shard comes into play, right? It doesn't matter. He's always going to be able to get that off. Has a lot of stats thanks to the Lincoln Sphere Manta build-up. Didn't go greedy, didn't go damage items or whatnot. That pays dividends here. Now with the Aegis, he's going to feel even less threatened. Stomp in again. JT, has he gone too far this time? Has the Lotus Orb to dispel himself here? And still chasing on the 7E. Yeah, this Centaur is completely fearless. Oh no, the tidal wave forcing the BKB out. And they have an illusion of the Dark Portrait. Luna is now on their side. Luna blessing to all of them as JT stomps down another. CTY doesn't stand a chance. Couldn't even pop the BKB. They'll come back to absolute carnage here. And CZQ trying to overgrow, but his allies already dead. Beyond the CTY, Luna still trying to fight strong, but against Monet and JT, you don't stand a chance. And like I said, GG will be called. IG, they'll maintain their upper bracket run here against Team Zero in a hard-fought 2-1 victory. But JT delivers them on his broad back on the Centaur last pick, showing exactly why they prioritize his off-laner so highly in the draft. What a perfect performance for him here.